One of the things we also talk about quite a lot in Mini Movers and when we're doing physical development training is the need for modelling a skill to young people. And by that we mean using a demonstration to show them physically how to do it. And that's because learning in our physical development is very different to the sort of learning that we do in other academic areas of learning, where children will learn concepts in a very abstract way, or they will use books and texts or discussion. But in the physical, we need children to experience the movement that we want them to do, and for them to see that movement first to help them understand what we're talking about. Because quite often, a lot of the words that we use to describe movements are quite abstract, they're quite difficult. So we use what we call a lot of prepositional language in this area of work. So on, over, behind, under, through, around, all those prepositional words are quite abstract for children. So physically doing them helps children understand it. And so also when we're trying to explain a new physical skill to children, it's a very difficult thing for them to understand. So we model that as much as we can. But a couple of things need to happen first for children to be able to see something and understand it. So children need to have developed some element of body awareness. So they need to be able to understand the information that is being fed through. I hope you love my little stick people. They're so artistic. So when information comes in for young children, they often use their eyes to see everything. So the information comes in from here, but information from the body that's being fed through about where they are comes from little receptors in the muscles and joints, and that feeds information up to the brain as well. So information is coming in also through their balance system in their ears. So they've got information coming in from their vision, from their balance system, which is in the inner ear, but that's linking to all these receptors in their body to give them a sense of where their body is in space. And what they need that for is when then they see you model. So for example, we've seen videos with parents showing their children how to step in a throw, and then we see their child then also copy that and step in a throw. So what that tells us is that that child's had enough movement early on to understand when they see their parents stepping, that means lifting their foot up and stepping it into a space, and they understand what that feels like themselves because they've experienced a rich amount of movement beforehand and understand what that feels like in the sensations of stepping. So that modelling piece means that children have to have moved a lot and understand where their body is, so have a reasonable level of body awareness, and then by modelling something, we help those children then to think, okay, I know what that movement is that they're trying to get me to do, and I can then try it. So children might not understand if you say you need to step when you throw, but by showing them that step as you throw, they can see what's needed and copy that. And we've seen that in videos with parents in our pop-up Mini Movers sessions, that they've seen it, we've modelled it to them, they've modelled it to their child, and then their child is able to do that stepping action that's so important as part of the throwing process. And one of the things that you'll see that we've built into the Mini Movers app is for every single activity, we've modelled it in a video. So we've shown that activity being played with a parent and child. And we've also put prompts there for you as a parent to be able to give that child a cue to help prompt them as you model it, to remind them of things you need to do. For our cue in our throwing action, we would be saying to them, okay, when you throw, we want you to step. So you're reminding them what it is you want them to do, showing them what you want them to do, and modeling it in front of them so they can see it in action. So that whole combination of the prompt and the physical modeling is really, really important for children when they're having to process a lot of information through their sensory system and learn how to apply that and actually do an action themselves. So follow us on Mini Movers for more information and learn how you can model fantastic motor development opportunities for your children.